The purpose of Safety Links is to provide the public with general safety-related information covering the home, businesses, and community with emphasis upon senior citizen-related issues, drawing upon existing programs currently being offered by federal, state, and local agencies. A broad-based, multifaceted array of subjects will be covered. In addition, contact information will be offered to those seeking direct help or support. And now, on with today's topic.
Hello, my name is Tom Hayes, and I want to welcome you to our special Safety Links program where we're dealing with disaster relief. Our first guest today is Donna Blaze. She's the CEO of Affordable Housing Alliance, and she will be talking to us about the Sandy recovery efforts. Hi, Donna. Nice to see you.
Hi, Tom. It's nice to be here today.
Appreciate your coming in to talk to us.
My
I know you've been involved with a lot of things, working with New Jersey Natural Gas. I know the Affordable Housing Alliance is a great partner of ours with energy assistance and all that sort of thing. So I know you do wonderful work throughout the year. But
Thank you.
Recently, obviously, with Hurricane Sandy or Superstorm Sandy, there's been a lot of other issues that you've been dealing with, and you've been doing a great job out there in the community. You and your staff has just been wonderful.
Well, thank you.
So I'm very much appreciate your being here to talk to us today about some of those efforts that you've been engaged with. But first of all, can you give me an idea of what services the Affordable Housing Alliance provides to the community?
Certainly. The Affordable Housing Alliance has been in Monmouth County for nearly 20 years now. And during that time, we've developed close to 400 rental units. We provide people, as you mentioned before, utility assistance. We provide actually utility assistance across the state of New Jersey. We provide homeownership education and homeownership training. One of the unfortunate areas that our agency has grown in has been in foreclosure counseling. With the economic downturn that we've had, we have certified counselors in place that can help people mediate between themselves and the bank and get modifications to help save their homes. Really, the organization itself is really dedicated in its mission to either providing people opportunities for affordable housing, providing people the skills to keep their housing, or providing people the other services that help keep their overall housing costs affordable.
Right, which is great. Have you seen an increase in any particular needs since Superstorm Sandy?
Well, Monmouth County and Ocean County and New Jersey in general has always had a need for affordable housing. Monmouth County area itself has one of the highest cost rental markets in the country. I think we're fourth next to California, Hawaii, and New York. So even the average hardworking family has struggled to either purchase a home or to rent an apartment. And with the devastation of Superstorm Sandy, thousands of people lost their permanent residence and have sought rental housing on a temporary basis. That has really strangled the rental market. Monmouth County right now has a 0% vacancy rate in any form of rental housing, and that has put a tremendous amount of pressure on those who are low or moderate income to either sustain the rental housing they had or find replacement housing. And that has been a significant problem. We've also seen major issues with people who were borderline in foreclosure and who now's house has washed out to sea, and not only do they had trouble paying their mortgage, but now they don't have a house to have trouble paying their mortgage for, and they really don't know which way to turn. That has compounded their reimbursement by their insurance companies, and so we have lots of people who are struggling to deal with those kinds of unique circumstances that the storm created.
Right. Now, serving on the Monmouth County Long-Term Recovery Group with yourself, I know there's a lot of efforts that are being put forth from a lot of different organizations and agencies, and I know you, again, your group is always doing a wonderful job. With these issues that you're talking about, what types of programs or what kind of aid or assistance do you find that the Alliance is able to give these folks?
Well, we were very fortunate to be the recipient of one of the largest Robin Hood Fund donations to the Affordable Housing Alliance. And with that money, We constructed 17 manufactured homes on our manufactured home park that's adjacent to the Eatontown Mall. We've been able to provide temporary or permanent, depending upon what the individual family's needs are, housing in a very timely way with those funds. In addition, we've been providing security deposit assistance to families seeking to replace the rental housing that they may have. We have assistance for people who have lost particular items in their household not covered by insurance. So if someone lost a washer and dryer and, could use a replacement of that, or it could be as simple as towels and sheets and pillowcases, many people had their whole household wiped out, and the resources they had to replace it might be nominal compared to their losses. So we have that available as well. In addition, we have a specialist housing counseling case manager who can help people who have unique foreclosure issues or payment issues related to their mortgage that they could use assistance with. And through our NeighborWorks funding, we've been able to implement a share a home program where people who might have extra space in their home could lease or share, or for services, that space to people displaced by Sandy.
Wow, that's excellent. It's obviously a lot that you do over and above what you normally would do in your day-to-day activities as an agency. So, and again, seeing you, in action at all these meetings and knowing how much you're doing in the community, I just do want to say it's wonderful, and you and your team does a great job. When it comes to the community out there, are there certain things that the community can help you with? Are there needs that they can help fulfill, or information they can share, and help you get the word out there to others?
Well, this is a great opportunity to be able to do that. One of the things as a nonprofit, we always think everybody knows about us, and we work with people who know about us, but the general population doesn't know the many resources that are out there, and we find that many people are always deferring their own needs to the needs of others, not thinking that they're qualified. So what we strongly suggest is that if anyone knows anyone that's struggling because of Sandy, to contact their office. If we can't provide them help, then we, as part of the long-term recovery group and as part of a primary member in the human service programs throughout New Jersey, can access the services that they need. We also would like to, encourage people, if they have space in their home, if they're willing to share their home or to lease a portion of their home, we have a special screening program that matches up potential tenants with the potential homeowner. We do all this pre-screening and counseling and interview both sets of participants, so we encourage people who have homes that might want to participate in that program to also call us and, at least look at it and try it. That would be of a significant help. And if there are resources, donations or contributions, furnishings, things like that, that are in good shape that other people may have, then we're trying to link those that need it with those that have it.
Right, which is great.
Yes.
So if folks did want to donate, whether it's items, or I'm sure you'll take financial donations,
Right.
Or do have space or whatever it might be, can you let us know how would they contact the Affordable Housing Alliance?
Certainly. We have a number of different ways that people can contact the Affordable Housing Alliance. Our primary phone number is 732-389-2958. We also have a fairly full-service web page, and people can go online and actually do an intake or make a donation or ask questions through our website, and that's www.housingall, just as it sounds, .org.
Okay.
And that's another good way. If people are looking for utility assistance, we have a separate office for utility assistance, and that can be reached at our phone number, our utility main phone number, which is 732-389-2204. And any one of those locations can refer you to the appropriate staff or the appropriate department that can link people to either the contribution they'd like to make or the services that they're looking to help with.
Great, that's excellent. Now, again, having worked with your agency for many years through New Jersey Natural Gas and, you know, and with the affordable housing that you're building and all that sort of thing, knowing that you do so many wonderful things, but with the Superstorm Sandy, obviously there's been a lot of need out there. But there's certain areas of the county that have gotten hit the hardest. Do you have some of those areas that you could mention that you think are still in probably the worst shape at this point?
Certainly. If you start in the Union Beach and the Cliffwood area where they had you know, significant numbers of homes completely wiped out.
Right.
You have the Keensburg and Port Monmouth, Highlands, all along that coast as you get to Sandy Hook. Those are the groups that are in significant need. As a matter of fact, we're hosting a volunteer day on June 5th. We're encouraging all volunteers who'd like to come to help rebuild and help with debris removal in Union Beach. So that's another way people can help. It's an organized volunteer effort. We're working directly with the Union Beach volunteer coordinator.
Gotcha.
We'll be providing food and music so people can help to music. And so all of those areas need help, but we're trying to make an effort. Our own staff are going to be coordinating.
That's great.
Volunteer.
If folks wanted to find out, because that program might be passed by the time this show airs, but
Okay.
are there, I guess if there were other events that you were doing, they can check your website, right?
Absolutely.
And find out what's going on in the near future or whatever at that time, right?
Right, they can check
Okay.
our website, and the Long-Term Recovery Group has a website of other volunteer efforts that people could participate in as well.
Right, which is great. You know, it's nice. I know there's a lot of folks out there, especially at the beginning. Everybody wanted to help with everything, and it was hard. And the Long-Term Recovery Group has a job, you know, and it's a difficult job, trying to restrain all that desire and trying to match it with reasonableness and trying to get all these things logically put together to be able to go out there to respond to the community needs. But I know in the meantime, all the different organizations like your own, the Affordable Housing Alliance, has been constantly working with folks and helping them, which I think is terrific and very important. Now, how large is your staff?
Right now we have over 50 staff, but that's complemented by at least 15 volunteers. We also work with the National Council on Aging and provide training opportunities for people through the National Council on Aging. We work with all the colleges and have active interns participating in our program. And we have people who just volunteer their time. And all of those different positions allow us to serve a much broader audience than we would with just our paid staff. So.
Right.
That's another area people might be interested in helping out and seeing how all of the systems kind of work together.
That's great. And I know you have a board. In fact, one of our employees from the gas company, Kathy Kerr, serves on your board of directors.
That's correct.
How large is your board?
We have 17 board members. Approximately, I think 12 of them have been with us for over 15 years.
Nice.
So, and that's a very unusual thing, but they've contributed a tremendous amount to our success and our orientation, I believe, in this community.
That's great. Well, it's a testament to how great an organization it is if people want to stay and stick with it, right? So that's really great.
Not because of how much they get paid, I can tell you that.
Yeah, right. And again, if folks wanted to check the website, can you tell us that website again?
Sure, it's www.housingall.org.
Okay.
And they can do an intake, they can make donations, they can see all of our different services, they can profile our houses, they could even offer their home, part of the Share a Home program. It allows all of those types of activities to take place.
Great. Well, again, I want to thank you for being with us today, and I really appreciate all the work you've been doing with all the Sandy recovery. It's really important, and again, you guys take it very seriously and do an excellent job, and no matter what. So thank you again, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you for allowing us to be here and sharing this information with the general public.
Great.
Bethany Ann Doak. Ian Donnelly. Kirsty Lynn Dudhit.
So, you're looking for help with your mortgage. Worried about foreclosure? We can help you keep your house. All we ask for in return is that you submit to our plans for galactic domination. Sign.
If you're facing foreclosure, talk to the right people. Speak with HUD-approved housing counselors free of charge at 888-995-HOPE.
Hello, my name is Tom Hayes, and I'm here with a special program for Safety Links, where we're going to be talking about Sandy recovery. And my guest is Maria Nicolatos, who's a program coordinator for the disaster response program for Catholic Charities, and will be talking to us about the Sandy recovery efforts. Welcome.
Thank you.
Appreciate your being here, Maria.
Thank you.
You guys, I know Catholic Charities has always been very involved in the community and in many, many ways for many, many years. And certainly working on the long-term recovery group with yourself and others. I just see all the great work that your organization does. And I want to thank you personally for being involved and really doing all the work and all the input that you provide for the group, which is terrific.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So I was going to ask you some questions about some of the different types of work that you've been doing. So how and when did Catholic Charities disaster response actually begin?
Well, we actually began in the direct result of the 9/11 terrorist attacks in New York.
Gotcha.
So what had happened was we started with the first phase of counseling. So when we went in as counselors, and then shortly thereafter, we developed the program because we realized what a need it was. So we hit the ground running as first responders on a mental health aspect, and haven't stopped since.
Wow. I remember, I think you had a location at Brookdale Community College, if I'm not mistaken.
We did,
right?
the Resource Center.
Yep.
Yeah, we did
that
the
was
Resource
great.
Center there.
You guys did great work with that, certainly.
A lot of families, a lot of families.
And what are some of the other disasters this program has helped with other than that?
Well, we've helped with a lot of local flooding and disasters locally, but we've also been sent out for mutual aid to the Gulf Coast. We were in Louisiana, we were in Arkansas and Texas and all across the country, assisting in developing and implementing disaster programs for our partners across the state.
Wow.
To do that. So we've been very involved from day one. Like I said, starting with September 11th, we had over 350 families that were bussed in for the events of Katrina. So we had to work with them even locally, in addition to going out and doing mutual aid.
Right. Wow, that must have been difficult.
It was difficult because they're coming from a completely different climate,
Right.
completely different culture,
Yep.
with nothing except what they were wearing, and in some cases they didn't even have shoes.
And I would think from that culture to this particular area of the country has got to be pretty
Major
unnerving
shock.
for folks.
Major shock, reality
They say
check.
we're like fast moving or, always getting things done around here or whatever.
Right.
It seems like life is a little bit slower paced down in the
It is.
south, right?
It is slower paced, and it's very the way that they live in parishes. Where here we consider them towns, so even the logistics behind communicating the different needs and the resources there was a communication barrier there just in that regard alone.
Right.
So it was interesting,
That
but
is
it was
interesting.
but it was definitely a learning experience, and we did some great work doing that. So
That's great. Yeah, you guys do wonderful work. What kinds of services